off. Good guys. I'm personal, very, very good friends with them. All three of them. Loading up. So I think we could see some Roach play, but I think it's very unlikely. Though not impossible. I play Roaches on this map because I think it's actually quite easy to defend against Mutas once you've joined all three bases.
Yeah. I like to open with like 8 Mutas and then switch to Roaches.
Yep. There's actually a whole new style I don't know if you know a lot about that's actually been kind of birthed recently, though I'm not sure if it's going to be popular for long with the upcoming changes to the Swarm Host, but Swarm Host Muta grew very popular recently in ZVZ, where you get only about like 60 Mutalisks and then you get like 20 Swarm Hosts.
Yeah.
And you play very mobily with the Swarm Host, trying to do as much damage with them as possible. But yeah, spawning time. Take us away.
Alright, spawning in the bottom position of Vani Research Station, we have ttSEED's Revolution.
And spawning in the top position, we have rival Snuckhold. Yeah.
Snuckhold.
Snuckhold. It's cold. It's cold. We have rivals cold. But this is kind of... I think they might have spawned in the wrong positions. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm pretty sure Revolution's on top. Alright, so we actually are seeing some cheese coming out of Revolution. We're seeing this pretty quick gas. It might be something along the lines of 9 pool.
This is the, this is the 10 pool Baneling David build.
Yeah, 9-10 pool Baneling, and that's about what it's going to be. And I think we're seeing that. Oh, wow, we're actually seeing another aggressive build coming out of Cold. Interesting.
Goodness. Huh. Did he go 14-14 against 10 pool?
Yeah, looks like 14-14. Or maybe 13-12, more likely.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think this is actually a build order counter in favor of Cold. Like, he couldn't have really asked for a better start. He's literally just the same build.
It could be. However, the difference I'm going to put forth is it doesn't look like Revolution's he's going for speed instead of Banelings. If this was 10 pool Banelings, it still comes down to micro. Like, yes, the 13-12 player will have an advantage, but if one of them has Banelings, there's always that opportunity that all of your stuff explodes.
No question, but I don't think
I really like the pathing of Revolution to go around any overlords that would come that
very
way.
Smart. Yeah, very smart.
Really cute. But that being said, his pool is done. He's going for super fast roaches. Holy cow.
He's also making
Cold,
Baneling.
who are you?
Yeah, Cold. This is Cold doing some weird aggressive build that's not going to pay off because these lings are going to arrive to a virgin base. Like, this is completely undefended, and the queen coming out now.
Except the queen.
Yeah, except the
queen's
queen.
Gonna do a lot in terms of defending this.
This is true, but speed's about to finish, and this queen is
Cold has his roach warren done.
It has to get to safety, but the roaches are at least another 27 seconds off.
Cold has stopped all of his drones. Not exactly what you want to do in a high-stress situation.
Yeah. This queen, you know, playing a very dangerous game. This queen is like the James Bond queen, man. Lives for the thrill of poking at the Zerglings and running back.
And we've got 5 Banelings gonna come up against roaches.
Yeah,
and
they're not gonna have
it's really interesting. Revolution didn't commit any lings, or he didn't want to lose lings, because now this attack is much, much stronger than it could have been.
Yeah.
But we do have a really odd-looking situation. I don't think I've ever seen fast roaches against cheese banes.
Yeah, this is kind of like, oh no, but Banelings will actually get some pretty decent connections. You see in the workers kill tab. Oh goodness! Wow, that's about 10 workers killed.
That being said, we are at 15 supply each. So
more importantly,
we've got the really weird. My cheese met his cheese, and now neither of us knows what to do because.
Well, if we look at the work count, like we see that on the one side there's 10-9, although it looks like Cold caught up pretty quickly. But Cold has no real way to be aggressive with this roach play. You need a decent economy to do this kind of roach build, which is why we saw him go up to 16 drones initially, because you have to fuel the roach build. So he has no chance to be aggressive while these Lings and Banes can keep running in and keep picking off drones. They're extremely mobile.
More.
Yeah, I really give this situation to Revolution at this moment. because he has the play, he has the outplay potential.
See, I don't like what he's doing here. Once you see roaches, banelings are pretty much obsolete, I think.
Well, I'm sure
unless
the banelings are
unless you
gonna
can catch him off guard, but like Cold's not gonna fall for this, right?
Well, do you think he will? I mean, look, these banelings, they might just wait and be patient and bide their time, but it looks like they are just running
it
with a drone. Wow, that hatchery timing.
He did see it.
Savior. Will he pull his drones in time? Looks like at least one drone. Will 2 drones go down? One drone goes down. Yeah.
Pretty good reaction from Cold. He is gonna scour his base to see if there's any more banelings coming.
You really need every single drone you can, and if we look at the situation, we see that Revolution's ahead in the drone count. He's ahead in he has his second hatchery ahead. I still give the favor to him.
Now, it's interesting that you say that because he has done an aggressive build that no longer has potential to be aggressive. So I would call it a wash. They're both throwing down additional bases right here.
Yeah.
But
I would disagree,
I think
though,
Cold's defense, like both of them are just gonna drone a lot right now.
I agree, but like
Cold just jams the roaches onto the ramp, holds them, and then just drones up to as many as he needs before he wants to go attack.
If we see Revolution do something silly like make a bunch of lings right now and try to attack that, yeah, that'd be bad. But as things stand, Cold doesn't have any potential to be aggressive with these roaches either. They just won't get anything done.
It's true.
So we just see we could say it's a wash, but quite frankly, Revolution's hatchery is a little bit ahead. His drone count's a bit ahead. He has a significant 6-worker lead, which in ZVZ cannot be understated.
He is going to fall behind pretty quickly in gas, but that's only going to be good if they're both going mutas or something. Cold is going to supply block himself.
Very unfortunate. You really don't want to lose an Overlord in this position of any.
But he did see a lot of drones, so he's pretty comfortable knowing what Revolution's doing. That said, he's now up 11 drones, so Cold's going straight for lair, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to transition to mutas off of this.
Yeah, I kind of dislike that situation, that idea. I think if he'd had like a good understanding of his opponent's build, if he even saw the hatchery timing and the saturation count with his Overlord that he sacked for free, he should have had a good idea that his opponent was head. I would have liked to see like a Roachling Bane all in, something along that line, because we saw very little defense out of Revolution. Revolution was relying on his quick reactions to potentially deal with it, but one Spinecrawler would not have been enough, obviously, with whatever mishmash of links he could summon together. If like 8 roaches, 6 banelings, and 20 links, something like that, barreled into his main, we might have seen a decent chance for Cole to take this game. But as things stand, I mean, when you're playing against a really good player, if you're even, it's bad. If you're a little bit behind, it's a nightmare.
Yep.
And even when you're ahead, it's basically equal.
Yeah. So we do see some speedlings moving across the map for Revolution, just wanting to make sure that the game state is still the same. That you have roaches, I can't break you, and there's nothing crazy about to happen to me. That said, Cold is using the lair for roach speed,
letting the links in.
but they didn't see anything.
Yeah, it was lucky for him. He didn't really spot anything of interest.
He does know that there's a second gas because he does know that the first gas was the one on the right.
This is true, but if an attack was going to come, it would have come by now. So he knows there was a second gas no matter what. The question was whether there was 2 to 4 gases, because if it's 2, it could be some kind of all-in. If it's 3, it's probably roaches, and if it's 4, you know.
And now we're going to see Cold cut drones right here. He's got 2 gas. He's got a Spinecrawler at each base to prevent run-by damage. And he's just going to move out with these roaches and roach speed here pretty soon and going to try to just take him out.
And Revolution, you know, with a little bit of precognition, 5 Spinecrawlers. That's going to be pretty significant. Now, if I'm Cold in this position, I think the best choice is to try to bypass these Spinecrawlers, try to get into the main as quickly as possible, ignore the third. But that's going to be hard with this many lings and banelings, sort of.
He might have the critical mass you need to just one-shot spines. to make this not worth it. And Cold's got an Overseer right here, so he knows exactly what he's fighting into, so he's going to be able to make this choice. He's going to try to go around the Spine Crawlers. The third is cancelled. He sees that immediately.
Yeah,
and now Cold should just try to take these Spine Crawlers one at a time. Like, just attack from... Or, yeah, he's got to go. The mutas are out.
Yeah, Cold taking his sweet time. In this kind of situation, I would have probably suspected mutas. Oh, these Banelings getting some critical hits. The Roach is walking right into the trap. The lethal death Bear Claw has been sprung.
The lethal death Bear Claw. Gotta watch out for that one, boys and girls.
Lethal death Bear Claw. Like, what's lethal and death? And I went with Bear Claw. So yeah, these two Roaches walk home. They're allowed to go home.
In my opinion, that was Cold's opportunity. He almost had it, and now ttSEED's Revolution is just going to outclass him and just say, "I have mutas and you can't defend me," and this is going to be either a nightmare for you, or you're just gonna die immediately. So we've got a lot of Lings, no Ling speed. Cold's gonna try for a counter-attacking style, but
I'm actually gonna call.
May have just realized that he didn't get Ling speed after the Lings popped.
I've just now replaced Revolution's name with Lethal Death Bear Trap. Since that's his name now, I'm making that. Yeah, Lethal Death Trap Bear Claw.
So now Lethal Death Trap Bear Claw is just going to do some muta dancing and make Cold's life a pain.
Yep.
Cold's own Spire is finished, which is, Tales of the Weird. A lot of Banelings.
Tales of the Weird. It's an interesting way to describe it.
Yeah. So Revolution's got Banelings all over the place, and the rest, as they say in chess, is a matter of technique.
Yeah, Tails, that's like a catchphrase now. Oh, finally, something I can give you help for. That's a pretty shitty catchphrase. I was gonna say. I don't like it. It's terrible.
It's not mine. Pretty sure it came from a book.
Books. Who reads those? Not me. That's who. So...
Tramp.
Yep.
So
we see,
Cold's gonna go back down to the losers, or to the decider match. Revolution's just going to show that he's a grandmaster, and the other players in this division are not. Cold GG's. Some pretty interesting tries from Cold in that game. I feel like he really almost had him in both times. Like, Revolution played a completely solid, safe game and ended up winning, but Cold gave it a hearty try. Like, I can't fault him for